The heavy cav of France is out in force in today's NTW 3 battle, as we have a huge Cuirassier unit here, 150-man unit already marching towards Quatre Bras in today's glorious 4v4 battle. We have plenty of other nasty looking cav as well. There's another Cuirassier back here, another 110-man unit. There's Dragoons Emprise, which is not necessarily a heavy cav, but you know, it's a pretty damn scary cav unit still nonetheless. And there's might be a couple of other ones dotted around as well. I am not entirely sure. I mean, Garde Capet, we've got some good Dragoons here as well. But yes, it does seem as though the French are getting set up. But yeah, we have... yeah, it's also not a Dragoon unit actually. Sorry, it's a Dragoon unit. It's a big Dragoon unit. They're big units, 122 and 160. Yeah, they've got some big cav units in today's game, that's for sure. And what else is back there? The cross, yeah, nothing else too heavy, that's for sure. But they got some big Dragoon and Cuirassier units of France in this battle. We do have 1809 Spain, so that we've got like the 10-point Spain there. We do have 8-point 1814. We have the Austria campaign, like 10-point 1809 as well. And then we have Egypt back there, the 8-point 1798 as well. And it looks like they're going up against a couple of Britons. I think there's a, it looks like there's a 10-point, like Anglo-Spanish army way in the back over there. It also looks like we've got, it looks like just a UK. I don't know what UK that is exactly. We have a 10-point Prussia 1806. And then we also have 1808 Sweden here, so I think that's a 7-point if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know what UK this is. Whether it's like a really small, I feel it's like a really small 6-point or something like that. It could be that. Really, there isn't actually really a UK with just the UK flag. I don't think really. They're all like got various different like sort of like other flags attached to them. If they're Anglo-Spanish, Anglo-Portuguese, Anglo-Dutch, there isn't really just a typical Anglo. I'm not quite sure which army that one is. We've got a howitzer here firing away as well. Don't often see howitzers for the UK, but interesting stuff, that's for sure. They're running their cav here, or the Egyptian campaign. They got a lot of like mercenary like cav units there. Oh my gosh, these guys are already getting hit pretty hard. Yeah, you don't really want to run your cav units if you don't have to. It looks like also Sweden might be. I don't know with the dust coming off, and they often sometimes are running, but sometimes you can just cause dust clouds from just marching. But yeah, they're running their cav around. They don't want to be doing that. Just walk. There's no need to run around. You might lose a couple of men here or there, but that's fine. Looks like they're already taking quite a lot of casualties here. These provisional dragoons from 1814. Big unit here as well. Already taking a fair few losses. But yeah, I mean, they're throwing up their cav really quickly at the French. I mean, they need to be careful. Don't want to get it overcommitted. They then lose it to artillery fire too early, or to just counter charges from the Allies. It looks like we have Cuirassiers here. I think these are all Cuirassiers for the Prussians going forward, which is probably why France has brought Cuirassiers of their own. Although cav is probably not as strong as it used to be in the current patch. I mean, Prussia still brings a lot of cav quite typically, and it seems like they are going to counter the French by bringing plenty of their own. It looks like a Chevalier here is chasing down, looks like maybe some Swedish hussars. They're going to give up that chase there of those Chevaliers of the French. But yes, if you're enjoying all things NTW3, I want to see more glorious Napoleonic action, more glorious cav charges, some bloody bayonet charges, and maybe the odd line battle as well. Then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. You're going to see some glorious battles. I've got a whole load of like 9.6 replays to get through now, and yeah, we've got some glorious ones in there. I've been given some really good ones, some that have been, like I said, your must watches, and this looked like a pretty even one when I looked at like the kills at the end, like both sides, although they got fairly similar amount of kills, which is always a good sign when you're looking at like the end result of like a good replay. So we are checking out this one. It's sent in by one of my subs, Cyrus, who sent this one in, and yeah, he said it was a fairly fun one to check out, and it's on a map that, you know, we don't often see, Quatre Bras, to be fair, which is a fairly good looking map. I mean, Quatre Bras is like just here, just a crossroads really, which is what Wellington was fighting for against Ney in the Waterloo campaign. And I wonder whether they're going to fight for it again. I mean, most of the points for the LOCs are all around it. It's two LOCs here, a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer. That's all the French are going to fight for if they're going to fight for LOCs. But it does seem like the Allies already have control of them. It looks like the Finns... Well, I say the Finns. It's the Finnish campaign these Swedes are from. There might be some Finns amongst them, but they're Swedes nonetheless. The Swedes here setting up, looks like they're going to be taking on 10-point like Austria campaign. So definitely France has the advantage of points here. Also, it doesn't help that Egypt's over here as well. So yeah, Sweden needs to be careful. He might be getting himself a little bit isolated, but it does seem as though Anglo-Spain is on the way forward as well. So might get some support soon. Now he's a 10-pointer as well, so should be able to even that fight up a bit. And yeah, you can see, yeah, Egyptian campaign, just using some of their skirmish camp, which you don't often see a lot of in NTW3, but they're using some of those. Already taking some losses of their own. Don't know if that's from French friendly fire or if that's from the Swedes. Yeah, for a lot of these mercenary, like cavalry units that they're bringing, which is really odd to see, to be honest.
You've captured a
there you go, building being captured, so that's the French. I've just captured this building here. They're putting some grenadiers, they're putting the grognards, they brought the old guard, putting them into there. So very, very interesting to see that, yeah, they brought guardsmen. Have they brought more? They've just gone for, it looks like they've gone for the old provisional spam with some other like units amongst them, which is not a bad idea. You definitely, I mean, if you can do an all guard build. It looks like he's just brought the one. He's brought Polish Lancers, which are technically guard as well. Yeah, it looks like he's just brought lots of provisionals, which is kind of like the spam you need to go for with the French in 1809 Austria campaign, and definitely even more now, I'd say, with like, you know, line fights being more preferred in NTW3. They are, you know what, you know, matter a bit more. There's a 12-pounder really far back. I just realised for the 1814 there, you might want to try and wheel that forward before he starts his assault. But yeah, line fights are definitely the way to go now in NTW3 is what I'm trying to say. So like having like provisional infantry, like large units that maybe can't shoot very well, but they just got mass, so it means that you tie down the enemy for a long time. It's actually a bit more of a strategy. It already was a strategy, but it's even more of a strategy now. Like you're going to be in big long line fights quite often more in NTW3 now, it seems. Melee fights don't work as well. They do still work, you just kind of need to just charge from the side, or like get a volley off first and then charge, like to damage the morale before you charge. And you can't just charge in whenever you like. You can't just charge in without like getting a bit of support volley first. So it's going to be interesting to see like the evolution of French armies, especially because I mean Britain, like I was said in a previous video, why are these guys running? Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys are running.
Sir, I fear your
why? There's no need. There's no rush to get over here. And also, they shouldn't be running away from Finland. They should be going to support him. Very odd. I don't know what this player is doing. They are, I mean, I think they are running them. Yeah, there you go. They disappear now because they go to war. I don't think they were being able to be seen because there's no light cav here that can see them. But yeah, UK is going to be a popular favourite, I think, for the coalition. You're going to see them quite often. Same potentially with, I don't know, Finland. I think it's a bit more of a shooter. I don't really know what they really are, to be honest, Finland. I don't know if they're a shooter really or melee. You might see a fair amount of them. And then you might see a fair amount of this Prussia build as well. I don't know. I mean, Prussia 1806, you can bring a lot of chaff, a lot of good, but you also just kind of rely on its cav quite a lot. Which UK doesn't need to as much because it can just form square with just about every unit if it wants to. But here we go, first blood is going to happen here. Who's it going to be? It's 1809 Austria going in. Is he going to catch the Swedes here? Potentially. And he's been stopped by squares, but he's going to kind of like just carry on. Probably shouldn't really carry on. He's going to get the gun. Or is it a gun? Yeah, he's got that gun there, that Swedish gun. Going to try and get the skirmishes there. So I don't know if he should have been able to do that. He technically, I think, pulled through his square to get to that, so that's a bit cheeky there, really, from 1809. But he has got the Swedish gun, which is, I guess, some success. Sweden does have another artillery piece, so another 3-gun battery up here is ready to set up. And they've got a nice little hill that they can hold, and I certainly think Sweden should probably just retreat a little bit more. It looks like they're a little bit too far forward. The Allied line seems to be at the bottom of this hill and no more. But yes, if you want to send any of your own replays to have them featured on the channel, do send them into my Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always. And if you don't want to necessarily send in any replays, if you want to take part in some glorious NTW3 battles, and feel free to join my Discord as well. We've got a fairly regular NTW3 stream, usually on a Monday, that people can come along and join. Whether you're a new player or whether you're a grizzled veteran, all are welcome. And yes, 1814 setting up here. 1814, I don't know if they've gone for a bit of a, they might have gone for a bit of a spam build. A lot of these units, you know, I think he's gone for the biggest units possible. By the looks of it, typically most of the units are below 100. You can see these ones here, like 88, 92. Thought maybe he might go Young Guard build. That's probably a decent 1814 build these days. Young Guard can shoot relatively well. It's a fairly good counter to the British spam. And here we go, Britain going in with some hussars here. It's a bit of a risk. Going after the little skirmisher. He's already orange lining, and he's broken the French skirms there. He's going to charge. He's going to go for, I was going to say, chasseurs. Here should really get rid of them. And there you go, he just routed after killing one skirm. A bit of a waste of a British hussar, really. I think it's the Drogheda hussars by looking at their uniform. Yeah, big waste, really, in my opinion. Should not have gone in for that. Got another hussar here, though. The hussar uniforms do look glorious for the Brits, I will admit. They are probably one of the most finely dressed units around. Looks like we've got a fair amount of Spanish troops here as well. And looks like a British light dragoon as well, so here. They've still got some more cabs with the Brits. They don't want to be wasting hussars like that, just going after skirmishers. They'll lose the battle quite quickly doing that. Prussia is now in a bit of a line fight, as you can see over here, taking on the French. They got some skirmishers really up close, actually. Some Schutzen here, or Jaegers, and one or the other, getting really close to the French. French didn't seem to respond with either a volley or even a charge. Certainly don't want to melee probably right now, because that will bait in some of these Prussian cavalry units, that's for sure. I guess this is a bit like a weird what if, like Prussia was at Quatre Bras. It's the wrong era of Prussia, but it's kind of like this idea, like what if Blucher and Napoleon, Blucher and Wellington, sorry, had linked up to face down Napoleon, I guess, in a way. And Sweden's also here. Here you go, the Chevalier has caught the Swedish hussar, and it looks like the Swedes still don't want to fight, whether they just know the quality of this hussar is not that great. I mean, the Chevalier is only a Bavarian little Chevalier. I doubt that's that special either. But they're just retreating, falling back. It doesn't seem like Sweden's got much in the way of cav. This is the only Swedish cav I think I've seen so far, and like, I mean, this French Chevalier is now right in the back of Sweden. It looks like he's running more of his troops again. But yeah, it seems like Sweden should have brought the one cav unit. It seems like a really odd thing to do. I mean, we can't see any more Swedish cav, and like I said, this French cav's right in behind it. It's just uncovered most of the Swedish army for a moment. It seems like they've gone really heavily in infantry. Not a lot of cav. Not a great idea, especially since you've got 1814 over here as well, supporting with cavalry by the looks of it. Don't know why they're putting their cav there. They should probably keep some cav in the center. And Britain again going in with more cav, sends in another hussar. What did he break? Looks like he broke some light cav. Some of those skirmish cav. Again, Britain really wasting cavalry. Really odd decisions here by the Brits. Sending in the cav. I mean, cavs, like I said, is weaker than it used to be, so maybe they're like, screw it, who cares? But it's definitely not worth losing. I mean, I think they try to get rid of this artillery as well. The gun limbers are gone. But yeah, they are now just like stuck here. But that's fine. They're stuck in a pretty good position. Or by the road, got a straight line of sight at Quatre Bras, so not the end of the world there for the French. And it looks like France is going to charge himself with some cav. He's changed his mind, I think, because he's realised he's facing Brits. It looks like some Portuguese infantry there he's going to be going up against. And yet, those Chasseurs Cheval are just going to die. if he doesn't get out of there pretty soon. And there you go, yeah, Austria campaign getting out of there. It looks like he's throwing forward some provisional infantry. Needs to be careful though, because he's almost looking like he's going to get 2v1'd in a moment. He's throwing forward his infantry here. And we have Britain and also Sweden both ready to get into him. And he's not got the best infantry in the world. I mean, most of these are provisionals. They were probably likely to get outgunned, probably out-meleeed if it did go for melee. It looks like 1814 and 1809. Austria are really just looking to try and get in behind, try and take out some key assets with their cav. General hunting by the looks of it. Here we go again. France going in. Same Chasseur Cheval. Same units they charged. He knows they're squarables, and like that, he just lost the cav. It was not a good idea. I mean, the player probably is over here watching, knowing that he might recharge. That just seemed a bit odd, to be honest, for France just to recharge a second time. Yeah, more of 1809 now forming up. These are some actual professional infantry. I mean, I guess the provisionals are professionals. They're not conscripts, I should say. And we've got another cav. What's going on in the back over here? Looks like a cav fight taking place over here. And Prussia is losing this cav fight by the looks of it. I don't know. It's kind of even, maybe. France, actually, I think is going to be losing that fight. Looks like a Jaeger broke for the Prussians. Nothing more than that, actually. I think Prussia's won the cav fight pretty decisively. Need to be careful with the Chevalier here. It's kind of running away from the French cav. I don't know, pathfinding's being a bit of a pain, but there you go. Lots of dragoons there getting routed for the French. Actually, they lost, yeah, a whole bunch. Of 1809 Spain losing, looks like 3 units of dragoons. Big losses there. Looks like Prussia might continue the charge. No, he's wisely fallen back. Good, good. Those units are going to be spent. They need a bit of time to replenish and sort of, you know, I don't know, just rest. I was thinking of another word. Rest is probably the right word to use. Rest up, boys. What we got over here? Big cav unit. It's a dragoon unit for the Brits. These guys are technically heavy cav. The Anglo-Spanish army's throwing this forward. And it looks like the gap being formed up here. They're going to go straight in. They are finding that this is a provisional unit here. That's a squareable, that French unit there. Will it form square? We'll see. Looks like it's going to, but it doesn't matter. The provisional was the target. I mean, if they went in for the line infantry here as well as Bavaria, that would have been a good target. Trying to get the general. Van Dam there, he's going to have to retreat a little bit. It looks like the heavy cav got in pretty easily and going to get out pretty easily. Britain's getting closer with his line infantry. These are all looking like Portuguese units as well.
Your men have been routed, sir.
Don't know who routed. Oh, just a Jaeger cav? Oh, just getting shot for free by the Swedes. That's not great either by the 1809 player. Losing this cav very easily there. But yeah, Britain getting a lot closer. And yeah, start putting some withering fire here into the French. I mean, it's a long line as we expected from the French, putting up their provisionals and everything like that, just to kind of, you know, absorb these volleys. I mean, if Britain gets close to that, I think that's better for the French. They want to stay at distance, try and shoot from as far away as possible. If they get too close, the French might be tempted by a bayonet charge. And also, it just kind of gives better chances for their poor accuracy to hit the French. Here we go. In goes some of that light cav again. Looks like they're going for skirmishers. Immediately getting routed by hussars there. Again, a bit of a strange choice to go for hussars. Light cav, I guess, is pretty... It's not very useful. It's not going to win a cav fight, but it can be pretty annoying by using their muskets. And here we go. Britain is starting to have a good old line fight here. There you go. The Brits required to fire 3 shots a minute, no less. The French apparently only fire 2, and there they are, outgunning the Egyptian campaign quite nicely right now. A little bit of sharp there for you, those of you that are aware of that. And it looks like France has gone to the back lines here. France has nearly got a general. It's 1809 with that Bavarian Chevalier. Luckily, it seems like there's some sort of squareable for the Prussians nearby. But yeah, this British general here nearly getting taken out. And he's still getting hit by artillery. He needs to be careful. This British army is getting pounded right now. And again, Chasseur Cheval, it's I think that one has re-rallied. And he's redlining already. Just go for skirmishers. I mean, it's not achieving a lot by breaking the skirmisher. It's not achieving a lot at all. Better just to keep the little cav, maybe just use it to protect the general. Or go after artillery or something later on. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely probably still, well, it was winded, I guess. It looks like, again, more light cav coming forward. I mean, it just seems like France is throwing away cav fruitlessly here. Both sides are, really. Again, light cav. I think this one's already routed once. Just down to 23 out of 52. Just use them to shoot. Use them as extra line infantry. I mean, that was, there's one in the back shooting the one that's just withdrawing. Yeah, more friendly fire taking place there. Hopefully they don't throw away their heavy cav and they're like these dragoon imprises, like the Empress's dragoons here. Like, hope they don't throw these guys away fruitlessly. They look beautiful as well. They really do. One of the best looking dragooners around by far and away. Yeah, hopefully they don't throw them around. I mean, again, just this Chasseur Cheval is like dashing from such a long way back. I mean, it's gonna. I see what it's gonna go for. It's gonna go for this British artillery here. That's what it wants to go for. Looks like Britain knows. It's seen that. He's got infantry ready. He's got square. Probably protect the gun. It's also horse artillery. Could probably limber up and get out of there pretty quickly. So yeah, you just sprint to that cap for no reason. I mean, it's still fresh, but there's no need to run around. It kind of gives away what you're gonna do. Looks like France has got a provisional Chasseur Cheval. It's gone way, way wide. It's still there. Keeping an eye on the Prussians. They have another provisional dragoon as well in the back. This is 1814. It's the other unit that was sort of just sat in the back for a while. They have also got Kellerman there. I mean, right now, I mean, they've got the Allies in a good position. They out-caved the Allies. And the Cuirassiers going wide as well. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I always prefer the Cuirassiers, like my heavy cav. Go down the middle. There you go. Yeah, there you go. The Chasseur Cheval did just go for the artillery and failed. And looks like, again, light cav going in, going for more skirmishers. Yeah, more light cav over here. And then these are the dragoon emprises. They're throwing these guys in. So fruitlessly, they're routed. I don't know what it's trying to get Prussian guns. Oh my gosh, what a waste. 1814. What are you doing, man? Wasting it. Like, that's probably a grand and a bit. That cav was, and it tried to rout. It has finally routed the gun. That's all it got. I bet that gun's probably worth half of what that is. And yeah, more of that light Bedouin cav there, just getting routed, trying to get one gun. The you can see there the Cuirassiers. They tried to side charge. They lost 10 riders. Side charging the Swiss there. Sorry, the Swedes, not the Swiss. They're side charging the Swiss. They're doing something wrong because they're usually on their side. But yeah, the Cuirassiers, the player here should be aware that probably the unit immediately on the end of the line, especially like a faction like Sweden, that, you know, quite a few of these units can form square. Probably that unit on the end can form square. That makes sense. Yeah, dragoons here again, breaking for the French to send them forward. And looks like the French are going to rout the hussars here as well. So both sides just kind of throwing cav away. Well, the dragoons didn't rout actually. A line infantry did. The dragoons still hold strong. But France, 1798 Egypt campaign, getting super close there. He's got to charge soon if he's going to do anything about this. Like, these Brits are just going to be mowing down the French right now. There you go. They actually routed the Brits. I don't really know how. It seems like they've been firing volleys, these French players here. And, wow, how is this? This dragoon is negotiated all the way through, and then the British players send this general into combat. And he's going to lose his general here. That's just like accepting your fate. And he's just let this general get routed. And then that's probably this smaller British. There you go, yeah. Casey, they're just throwing his game. Almost just like this. I don't know how big his army was. I think it might be like a 6 point for some weird reason, this Britain. But yeah, he's almost just thrown his army away. Just let it get killed off. Again, the Cuirassiers going on the flank. Again, he's just forming square. Like, this 1809 Austria just needs to be aware. He's not going to break through this. He's not going to break through this. And again, just, yeah, 6 pound on horse artillery here. Just put that a little bit further up, and then just start pounding the side of the Swedish flanks here. This very nasty, very scary cavalry unit. It's a big unit he's spent a lot of money on. It's not going to break through like this sort of thing. It's got to go down the middle at units that probably can't form square. It's where you keep the units that can't form square, in the middle, where you think they're safest. And it is the right thing to do. It looks like, yeah, France is just rolling up now. Well, I say rolling up. He's still managing to lose Dragoon units here. It looks like Prussia's keeping him in the game. Prussia's played a fairly good game. Very conservative. It looks like he's now going to be throwing in his Cuirassiers of his own. Looks like, yeah, 1809 has a lot of non-squarables in the middle. There's a few, actually there's a few squarables. There should be quite a lot of squares in this game, surprisingly. But it looks like, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like the Cuirassiers going in. Odd place to send them in, though, through a forest. It's going to be, they're going to be slow here. Going in, it's going to allow the French to get a couple of volleys off this. This is a mistake, really. He's played a fairly good game up until then. Another general dead? Seriously? Oh, Prussia's lost his general. Just say he's played a good game. He's just let his general get killed there. And the Muscadins, the Imperial Dragoons, have actually returned. And it looks like Kellerman as well with his Dragoons going in. I think they're going to get beaten here by Cuirassiers. These look like maybe Saxon Cuirassiers, I think they are. I think the ones with the breastplates are Saxons. Typically, they might win the Muscadins. I'd be surprised if they did. They've routed once themselves, but it's an Imperial Guard unit. They might win that fight. Which might now, with the loss of a general, yeah, that's going to stall Prussia. Pretty much screw him over. It looks like, yeah, there's heavy cav going in there. It was not the best place to send it in, really. France, like 1809's done a pretty good job of defending this tree line. Pretty much nullifying any cav for Prussia that came in. It would have been better sending the heavies for Prussia. Might be better going over here to combat the heavies of France. We've got Cuirassiers here. Moving forward, Cuirassiers of Orleans. Orléans. And France is getting close. Here we go. The Cuirassiers going in. Going in after looks like some very vulnerable Prussians. We break one there, break a second one. In they go into, looks like the heavy cav here. So yeah, Dragoons versus Cuirassiers, a fairly even matchup here, actually. These are the heavies of Britain, so I mean, going up against the heavies of France should have a decent chance. It looks like, I think numbers-wise, the Orleans Cuirassiers here is just going to win, just being out of sheer numbers. This Britain still has his general just about. Looks like that's been shot up quite a bit as well. I think these are like Spanish guards that he's brought here. Odd choice to bring, to be honest. I think you're just better off bringing either just a lot more Brits or just bringing a lot of Spanish chaff. And there you go, the general for Britain there's routed. Not dead, just routed. That's going to do a lot of damage still to morale. Looks like the Spanish campaign over here might be on the offensive now with his infantry. The infantry of Birdboard, tiny little unit that it might be able to race forward and get some of these fellow Germans of theirs. I mean, now that Prussia's on the retreat, now is the time to get that French cav in the back to start striking. But it looks like Prussia's cav is still in decent enough condition that it's kind of screening the back lines. But it looks like the Cuirassiers here are about to maybe go in, and both these units will be pretty spent, I would have thought. Yeah, they're very tired of the Cuirassiers. The Saxon Cuirassiers, I imagine, are pretty tired as well. Could be a bit of a battle of wills who wins this one. Looks like, Kellerman, if he comes in from the side, could definitely do a bit of damage. He's exhausted, though. He's not exactly going to be much help to the fight. But we'll see. If they can win it, then, I mean, certainly it reaffirms the cavalry domination here. I mean, they've still got one big Cuirassier available. Sweden still has not committed his one cav, amazingly. The archery here is shredding. I mean, in fairness, Sweden's held his ground pretty nicely. He's had an okay game. He's not got too distressed. He's managed to play with one cav unit pretty safely. The artillery here, these howitzers coming in. I think that Yeah, the French must have howitzers. They're only the Cuirassiers, the back there. Yeah, they're shelling these Anglo-Spanish forces here, and they're routing them. There you go. The Saxons have been routed. It looks like though the reinforcing Prussians coming up might save the day. Both the French cav units are redlining right now. And there you go. It looks like, yeah, 1798 they're getting routed. They still need to storm this building. They've still not managed to do that yet. And we've got veterans here. They could probably do it. They're technically, they're a fairly decent melee unit. If you are going to try melee it, but they might just try and bombard their way through. Bombard it, level the building a little bit, and then send in the troops. There is a red coat unit in there. Maybe France will win this. I mean, he's green lining up again. Yeah, it's looking good. But I think Prussia's going to execute him here. Get a volley off, boys. Execute these Cuirassiers. Prussia's still, you know, doing fairly well, still holding on. All they need to do is get a couple of gen kills themselves, and I think the French are back in the same situation. Here is the Allies. They've captured a building. Oh, just the one. Oh, they've captured that one from the Brits. That's on the road. That's one of the first buildings you need to capture. The French doing it bit by bit. The French did storm the Swedish artillery positions there. They have since been repulsed. And yeah, being repulsed really by the Brits and the Swedes. Yeah, taking a lot of fire here. Look at that. Sweden's definitely much more of a shooting faction than it is a melee faction, that's for sure. I'm surprised I haven't brought the Grognards forward if they are still in this building. Yeah, they're still back there. I'll just bring them forward at this point. Who cares if you hold that LOC or not? Bring them forward. You're going into a melee fight for a reason. Oh, they actually hadn't routed the guns. They'd only cleared them out. And look at that. 1809's kind of just been defeated all of a sudden. Yeah, 1809 Austria is pretty much out of infantry, pretty much spent, whether he's elsewhere. I mean, he's got... This is 1798, yeah, so 1809 is pretty much gone. 1798's now across over here. He's now trying to assault in multiple places. Still pretty close, you know. Sweden's still in decent condition. And Prussia, though he has no general, has pretty much most of his infantry army, but that obviously could change pretty quickly. I know a lot of these Prussians can't form square. So it would just take one cav charge from the French, and this this Prussian army could just get wrapped up pretty quickly. 1809 as well, the guy he's facing is also looking like he's in good condition. bring over his horse artillery over here, and he looks like he's shelling this building. I think, yeah, the Brits in it are being kicked out without even leveling the entire building, so that's always good. Looks like they've just been able to shoot their way out, or shoot their way through. Morale is, yeah, being a bit of an issue. And it looks like, yeah, I think the Prussians are running. That's just going to tire them out, upset them a little bit more. These guys are already, yeah, you can see the orange lining, because they're probably tired, no general. Oh, just be it's just a fast route to just, you know, routing your army even quicker. And it finally has France found something to go in with his Cuirassiers. It looks like he has. He's found some unfortunate Swedes. I don't know if these guys... That one certainly couldn't form squares. That's why it's routed. Looks like this one also has not managed to form square. But yeah, I mean, why the Cuirassier was really charging in the side, it should have maybe come up the front with the provisionals, gone through for the guns, and then after that wrapped up any infantry in the center. That's what it really should have done. Support the infantry there. You don't really put Cuirassiers on a flank and like this isolated on their own, because a good player will just, I mean, this Swedish player should really be doing it, but instead he's sending another unit into melee with it. Should really just, he's got this unit here, tying down the Cuirassiers, then send in his second unit here, but don't send it into melee. Just have it set up and shoot. That's all you need to do. And now even he's sending in his cav, Sweden's finally going to commit his cav. He's going to go for the gun, he's going to go for the side charge and the Cuirassiers. Maybe both. I'd go for the gun first. And there you go, the Cuirassiers routed. Infantry even held. Maybe it did form square technically. Yeah, it doesn't look like it did. Now you go, he's shooting as those Cuirassiers retreat. And I get the Hussars now just run down this... Well, actually, yeah, so I get the Hussars do it. This infantry here is doing it. There you go, 1809. Gone. That's a very important corps as well being defeated.
Routed,
it's going to be relatively close. If Prussia still had his general, I'd still say they have a good chance, the Allies. They could get... I mean, Sweden and Britain's kind of shifting over pretty quickly. 1798, Egypt looks like he's going to be sort of like the blocking force for Sweden. It looks like they're going to have to get through him first. Looks like 1814 and 1809 have got the job of trying to storm this building here. The farmhouse at Quatre Bras. Yeah, I mean, they kind of get like a solid from different directions here already. I mean, 1798 and 1814 are both getting stuck in here. Here goes Prussia. Credit to him getting aggressive, going in a melee with no general is a bit of a risk. I guess maybe he thinks if I keep fighting around this house, keep this house alive, the volleys from that supporting my melees can give me a decent chance, but he routed pretty quickly. Still got one like heavy cav alive. Looks like it's redlining though quite often. It's probably very tired. And with no generals, probably not very happy. Here we go. Looks like they're going to start storming it. Well, I say start storming this building. That French unit's been routed. Something's got in there. It's not that unit either. It's this one over here. It's the 1798 unit that Les Boulonnais. The Bolognese boys. It looks like, yeah, 1798, maybe in 1840 got the job of blocking. Yeah, there's a bit of both. Sweden over here, I mean, he can't move his artillery, so that's a problem. He needs to get his infantry and his cav back over here, try and support the Prussians. One last hurrah. I was about to say Poles, and that's now just reminding me, where did that Polish lancer go? Did it just get wasted as well? I think it did. I haven't seen it, that's for sure. I have not seen it. Just a Cheval there, just shifting across. I mean, they've wasted a lot of cav they have the French in this game. Some good cav. And there you go. The light infantry did claim it for a minute, but it looks like Prussia might be back in there.
Yes, sir.
I think we're also maybe going to see a line. I don't know, yeah, what's going on here, really? Britain looked like he was... Well, he's unit crossing with the Prussians there, and he's going to get routed for his crimes. But yeah, I think France technically does own the building. I don't know if there's actually a French... Hey, there's a French unit in there. Very much a French line infantry unit in there. And look at that, Prussia's now been forced back. They're going to retreat back to Sweden, I think. And this will be the last roll of the dice, I'd imagine. Sweden and their allies. I do like that the Swedes go into battle with top hats on. They do look very silly. Or sort of a top hat. It's like top hat a little bit with a bit of a fold to it. Again, looks like Prussia's running. Dust cloud's been kicked up. I mean, the Brits are definitely running. Now they're marching. I think it's just these players maybe aren't the most experienced, knowing that you should not be running your units around. Just tired them out, makes them break a lot quicker. They certainly don't want to be at least running great distances, which there certainly needs to be cases, I think, when the coalition, and maybe even the French as well, have been doing that. Yeah, it's 1814 here. Gonna line fight the Brits. Not a bad idea at this point. I mean, you could charge them. You could if you wanted to. I mean, if you meleeed these guys, you wouldn't. They have no general. It wouldn't be the end of the world. There's probably only one of the other instances where you could really melee and feel confident that you're going to win is if they've lost their general, whether he's routed, whether he's dead. So we are where we left off, I believe. Unfortunately, the replay did crash. But yeah, I've got to respect pretty much where we left off. The Prussians have managed to extract themselves from the town of Quatre Bras. For some reason, we have the UK sacrificing themselves. I don't really know why they're going in, but maybe they are finished with the game. I don't know. But yeah, 1814 is pretty much running them off the battlefield here. Good for them. But there you go. Got rid of them, and now it looks like we're going to see. It looks like 1809 in Spain here is going to finish off his job with Prussia. Sweden is now looks like he's taking on 1814. It's also 1798 as well. There's some grenadiers to the Swiss over here. So we've got some Swiss boys in this battle. And they're getting shot on the side here. I mean, yeah, Swedes here have a bit of a nice side shot into the flank of them. Actually, it is looking very close right now when it comes to forces left. I mean, Franz Pizzali has troops dashing over here, going after the line infantry. I'm just not bothered with them. You need to get all the remaining troops into the line, really. Like this 15th E, I'd probably push that forward to try and help challenge the Swedes here. I mean, yeah, you just need to play defensive against the Swedes, play really aggressive against the Prussians here, and then swing in around through the Prussians and into the back of the Swedes, try and like just hit them like that. And Sweden's not even committing everything he's got. He's got random infantry units defending there. Whether he's using it to defend his gen, whether he thinks he's in danger of being sort of like killed by cav, which he might be, I guess. Looks like the cav there is busy running down units here. Got Chasseur Cheval and Nassau just, you know, making sure that these Prussians stay gone. That's the last cav unit I think alive. The Grognards as well are still happily sat in this building. I don't know why they haven't brought this unit out. This is an elite guard unit. It's been left here. It could have been quite useful, I would have thought, by now for this last push. I don't know if Van Damme's still alive. I presume he is. I know Saint-Cyr, and then we've got Ney as well, but I haven't seen Van Damme, which I think he's the general for this army. But that Grognard still, nonetheless, even without a general, is, you know, pretty useful. Yes, he's been left at the back. Artillery has been used as well, which is good to see the French, you know, wheeling up their artillery, really battering away. The Prussians are nearly fully routed. I mean, yeah, if I was the French, I'd just, yeah, start marching forward. Don't wait around. Just start marching. Try and catch up with the Swedes. Because you can see here, 1814 and also the Egyptian campaign. They're not winning this fight. They're getting machine gunned down by the Swedes. Put up a pretty good fight. Most of this game, I honestly was like, yeah, they're getting a little bit overwhelmed, but they've done well. And actually, Sweden is not done yet. They're going to get 1809's general here. This is the Spanish campaign general as well. They're going to get, they snuck in and they managed to get him. Their cavalry, which they've had one cav all game. They managed to keep him alive. There you go, Saint-Cyr. I think they just got to make sure he's dead. Then they've got him, and there you go. That's one of the French generals now gone. And yeah, now this army over here, which is probably the largest French army still alive, 1809 Spain, has no general. Bit of a danger, and I think we just sent in, oh no, it's 1814 just sent in men. Into melee. And could they get more? I don't know if there's more generals like dotted about. Swedish cav might go for the artillery. The Sue's here for the Egyptian campaign. And Ney is still kicking about as well, but I think they're going to try and go for those. I wouldn't go for the artillery. Sue maybe. Still got a fair few Egyptians around. Ney would be the better target. There you go. In go the French. Looks like, yeah, I mean the Swedes, they got routed on the Spanish campaign infantry there. They'd managed to repulse some of some infantry here, the Swedes though. You need to be careful with their general. He's right at the front lines. Just need to be careful. He's going to get friendly fired. Nice side shots there from the Egyptian campaign, trying to break these men as they melee. Oh, there's a bit of fibbing going on there, though. Yeah, some serious fibbing going on from 1814. Shameful stuff, really. Sweden is getting broken in a few spots here. As the Grenadiers go in for Sweden. Oh no, for Switzerland. I'm mixing those boys up all day today. Two SWs, Sweden and Switzerland. It's very confusing. I think 1814 is going to lose that fight, though, to be fair. Don't think he wins it. No, he doesn't. The fibbing here, though, has saved 1814. There you go, another general's fallen. I think that's Sweden now without a general yet. in melee here with 1798 with his infantry. Now they're going to rear charge. Looks like a fairly large infantry. Oh my gosh, the artillery's still going off. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly close, both sides, you know, not got a lot left. You can see France has got pretty much nothing left. I mean, I think they could have made it a lot easier for themselves if they hadn't wasted a lot of their cav. I think that was a big thing. Also, like the Allies hadn't lost so many generals. I think it would have been a much sterner defense for them. I think, yeah, I mean, the French is really well in assassinating the Prussian one. And the British ones, I think, just got thrown into melee when they didn't need to be. And, yeah, it's a bit of an odd sacrifice there, we'll admit. It looks like France is dealing with a Prussian cav. Oh, I guess this Prussian cav never died? Did it re-rally? This heavy cav here? Prussia making a comeback? Question mark? No, probably not. We'll just fast forward as we wait for these last few units. I imagine the French could just form square. Actually, this one can't. So you actually might get this one here. They're kind of, they finned maybe a little bit. They fired definitely while in melee, and I think that's routed them, yep. And now we're just needing that Swedish gun, I think, to be routed. And then that is GG, I think, because that is all that's left. Really odd as well as 1809 spent this money on the grenade, like the grognards, and then just kept it as a garrison force the entire game. It's definitely a strange use of the Imperial Guard. I would have probably brought them forward when times were getting tough, like when they were going to make their assault up this hill. Might have used them for that, and certainly the Cuirassiers as well. I mean, maybe not through the stakes, but if you could have assaulted to the left, to the right of the stakes, support your infantry, definitely would have been an idea. But yeah, here we go, 1809. I think he's probably in a minute he's going to probably get this gun. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's going after infantry. Please, just kill his gun, please. What are you doing, guys? There you go. You volleyed, break it. My gosh, and then something else is re-rallied now, of course. All right, what else is here? Just a Swedish unit. Fair enough. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's certainly been a fun one, that is for sure. It's nice to be on to check out Quatre Bras as well. A map, like I said, we don't often see a lot of. I certainly think this is a bit more of a battle of inexperienced players. Certainly a bit of a messy one, with quite a bit of like running and various other things like that going on. I mean, this is definitely what you want as a player now in 9.6. You want to just have the unit run towards you, and then you go into melee. That definitely is probably the better of the two options. He got a fair few volleys off there, did France, before they even made contact, but there you go. But yeah, certainly was a bit more of, I'd say, an inexperienced game. But as you can see, the kills probably now on your screen looking very even. Both sides, like most players, all got over 1,000 kills. So it was quite a close game in that sort of regard. But yeah, certainly a bit of a messy one, a bit of running going on, lots of wasteful cav being used. And like Cuirassiers on the flank when they didn't need to be meant necessarily, but still a fun fight. So thank you very much, Cyrus, for sending this one in, and thank you to everyone else who played this one. It was a really good fight. 172 kills with Cyrus's line infantry here, 127 kills with his big Cuirassier units. You nearly got man for man, got a kill each man. Then the infantry here, 100 kills, 97. Chevalier 75, but there are his Polish Lancers 53. I think they died pretty quickly early on. There are the rest of his kills. His grognards, yep, doing absolutely nothing, which is sad to see. But there you go, guys. That is today's NTW 3 battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more glorious Napoleonic action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show support. And do check out the videos now appearing on your screen. There's some epic ones there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.